Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check it out. Blockchain Association says it looks like we've got a crypto carpet bombing moment headed for the U.S. We're also going to hear from the U.S. Treasury, who says maybe what it looks like when we come out the other side. We got that and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter for exclusive content. Right now, cryptocurrency market is $1.12 trillion, and it is up 0.8%. Bitcoin right now, $23,391 and change. Ethereum is $1639 and change. Tether is $70.8 billion market cap, they're saying. XRP is 37 cents. We're off by a little more than 3% on the 7-day. Let's take a look at this. If you haven't done it yet, it's linked to, ladies and gentlemen, Ripple, PolySign, you name it. There's so much here. Linked to itself, for goodness sakes. Artificial intelligence, ASAPP. I know we all love AI. Let's not even act like we don't. Uphold's available right here. Samba Nova, another AI company that went just like that. Don't mess around because it all goes just like that. Click the link underneath the video. Let's get started. This here from Nerd Nation says MicroStrategy took a $205 million loan from Silvergate, and obviously lists a long list of banks and projects that have borrowed from Silvergate that obviously folded and went under. I have to ask the question, if MicroStrategy is doing so well and Bitcoin's the answer, what's the $205 million loan for, Michael Saylor? There are now more than 130 U.S. banks actively involved in crypto study. We covered this last week, late last week and over the weekend at the FDIC, the OCC. We know the different agencies are all working now, and they have made it very clear that they're not prohibiting crypto for banks, but they are absolutely setting up to put in some very restrictive guidelines for them to continue to participate. So we will keep an eye on that as well. Let's get to this. As Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen calls for stronger regulatory framework for crypto activities. Look, this is not a surprise, and I'm going to play for you in just a couple moments just what not a surprise looks like. And you're going to hear the Undersecretary to Janet Yellen at the U.S. Treasury tell it to us all. Hang in there. Don't go nowhere. This here from Jim Violin here. Shout out to Jim. Crypto firms brace for carpet bombing moment in the U.S. as Europe beckons. And they do beckon. I don't mind telling you. We're not going to read the whole article to you so you can breathe a sigh of relief. But let me give it to you this way. Because the carpet bombing moment, really, we're going to get to in just a second here, is the fact that European Union is moving and making laws tailor-made for digital asset companies. Many European officials are beginning to pitch the EU as a welcoming place for crypto businesses to set up shop. They say, we will have the best framework in the world in which companies can develop, said Stefan Berger, and says here the conservative German lawmaker who shepherded the EU crypto rulebook that will come into force in the second half of 2024. We will have everything that you need for a workable market. It is an argument that the U.S. policymakers cannot argue and say that they have, and that is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to take you down here to this because this is really, really where it gets here. And listen to this. Despite the inconsistencies in the U.S., the crypto has flourished for years in the U.S. system thanks to friendly state-level approaches and a little intervention from Washington. But the sector is beginning to face a sweeping crackdown from federal agencies that lost patience with what they see as flagrant flaunting of traditional financial regulations on investments and lending. Now, let's take a look at this. Listen who says this. We're feeling a crypto carpet bombing moment where they seem to be trying to throw whatever they can within their authority or potentially exceeding their authority. And we think that's short-sighted, said Kristen Smith, the CEO of the Washington-based Blockchain Association. We think it's bad for U.S. competitiveness. The EU's openness towards crypto is a striking turnaround. The Europeans crafted their new rules after essentially freezing out the industry when Facebook, now known as Meta, announced its Libra digital currency in 2019. European officials, prompted by fears of big tech minting private money, effectively stopped the project from launching. This is what this is all about. Europe is clearly outpacing the U.S. by establishing holistic regulatory frameworks for the crypto asset industry, says Susan Friedman of Ripple's Policy Council, International Policy Council, digital currency firm that's mounting a legal challenge against an enforcement action brought by the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission. We fully expect to become a natural hub for responsible participants going forward. How about that? The fight continues. Will the United States miss being an innovative leader in this race of the fourth industrial revolution, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know, but I tell you, shout out to Jim Filan for that article and the comment, and Susan Friedman from Ripple in that as well. Right here, we see Danelle Dixon and Jed McCaleb talking about their efforts and mentioning working with the Ukraine Central Bank. Excuse me. Say that 5 times fast.
Okay, we're back to businessy questions. Danelle, this one is maybe for you. What's the update on the CBDCs in Ukraine?
Well, we're still working with them. We've talked a lot about, we're working with them to work on their digital asset infrastructure with the Ukrainian government. It's been just a really great partnership, and we're working also with others in the government to support what they need to think about from a digital asset infrastructure. You know, I had the honor of meeting with President Zelensky this year, and I was just so impressed by how thoughtful they are about where they want to get to, because not everyone has the goal. That sometimes people put these small goals in front of themselves, but he has this really amazing goal about creating a cashless economy, and that's something that he's really committed to. He's hired a lot of the right people to be committed to. One of the things they're doing is really focused on bringing talent in and outside talent into their country, and also bringing a lot of focus on blockchain. And so from there, I feel like we're going to get to a place where I would love it if Ukraine was one of the first that actually issued a CBDC, but we're still working with them. It's a great relationship, and we're happy to have that partnership.
Cool.
There you have that. But we're not done, ladies and gentlemen. You're about to hear some more partnerships, one of which is this, and this is Easy Remit will use Tranglo's proprietary single interface platform to route real-time transactions, reduce cross-border frictions, and scale growth. Don't forget these little fun facts right here. Tranglo partners with Ripple. That's from Ripple. And obviously Ripple, the leading provider of the enterprise blockchain and crypto solutions cross borders, acquired 40% of Tranglo in 2021 to scale RippleNet and on-demand liquidity services, specifically using the leverage of XRP, the asset for low cross-border payments. Now, let's go here. Shout out to Barbie Taylor for this one. Whoa! Republic of Palau talking about that stablecoin they're working on, CBDC stablecoin with Ripple being available in the next few months. Take a listen to this.
I mean, does Palau have a bank?
We have local banks that are U.S. banks. So that's Bank of Hawaii, Bank of Guam. But we have our own government bank. It's called the National Development Bank. And one of the projects that actually we're working on with, we found another partner, which is Ripple, is a Palau digital stablecoin project. And we hope to have that launched, we're hoping within the next few months. Started locally, see how the local appetite is to it, learn and hopefully expand to be something that the world can use, not just Palau.
The world.
That's really interesting. And the stablecoin, would it be like a U.S. dollar stablecoin? Would it be and running on Ripple? Is that right, or how should I think about it?
U.S. dollar, yeah, U.S. dollar backed stablecoin and on the ledger.
I think we had it right when we saw that as a test bed for the U.S. digital dollar. Did we not? I mean, we're still speculating, but damn if it doesn't sound like it. Now let's take a look at this. We all want to know where the market's going. Shout out to Tony from Thinking Crypto for the great interviews he does over there on his channel. And I'm reminded of this clip But wait till you see who else is in this clip that we've added in here. It's the U.S. Treasury Undersecretary Nellie Liang, and she's going to tell you exactly what they think about crypto. You may not like it.
To your point, the adoption of blockchain, the use cases are being discussed now.
I'm not sure that our listeners would necessarily agree with this, but I think there's a growing sense that, particularly among the TradFi professionals out there, that history may show that cryptocurrency was really a proof case for the underlying technology of DLT and blockchain technology. Boom. That really paved the way for tokenization. Mm-hmm. And if you think about the TAM, or total addressable market, broadly speaking, other asset classes than crypto is where the real juice is here, in terms of just whether it's equities or credit instruments or real assets. And if you think about the TAM, or total addressable market, broadly speaking, other asset classes than crypto is where the real juice is here. Mm-hmm.
So this panel, though, is focused on big tech and crypto, and it's an intersection of a topic we've been talking about all day. These reports didn't specifically address the connection to big tech, but since we think the future value of crypto is for payments and not for speculative trading, the natural connection I'm going to make today is to big tech is through payments and stable coins.
History may show that cryptocurrency was really a proof case for the underlying technology of DLT and blockchain technology, that really paved the way for tokenization. Broadly speaking, other asset classes than crypto is where the real juice is here.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I think there's the adults in the room talking to everybody. And if you want to listen, you're going to hear it. If you're just hearing it, you're not really listening. That's the key here, ladies and gentlemen. And I think from that, we all could derive our own decisions about where we think our best bets are placed and our best investments are made. But I tell you, it is extremely exciting times, and I think it gets a little scarier before it gets a little better. That's the way I see that. That's my digital perspectives, not financial advice. Make sure you leave a comment below, hit the like and subscribe. I'll catch all of you on the next one.